So here's a bit of perhaps a slightly unfair and tricky question for you. But having worked with several different organizations and doing these foresight workshops and pre and post strategy planning, when do you think is the right time for companies to engage with the sort of foresight process that you are offering?
In an ideal society, we would like to come from the beginning. But unfortunately, most of the time, people reach out to us after they've actually developed the strategy. But they're so married to it that it can be very challenging. We've been carrying this document for the past 5 years. So for me, in an ideal society, it would be the best to start, like to have that journey with us and not just end with the pre-strategy, but then you also do that whole blind spot audit and all that stuff, but to move forward. So after now you move into the implementation stage, well, we've got services that actually cater to that. Then we move to the, okay, now we need to now make this foresight, right? How do we use foresight tools to harness the potential of these trends, right? But when now you're not building a strategy and moving along, you're going to have roadblocks. So you need a futurist to hold your hand along the journey. Especially if you're married to a strategy, we've really poked holes in it. We've given you recommendations. You would need someone at different parts where you're reviewing your process or how far you've gone to say you're on the right track, or to say these are other things that you haven't considered that we are picking up on our radar, so that you actually get something that's actually quite beautiful at the end. Though advice I would say, have a futurist along the journey. If you cannot invest in a futurist along the journey, so that is a futurist in residence, I would say then train your staff to actually have the tools and the capabilities of being the futurists within the organization. So we call them futures champions and floods, yes. So that they are able to actually scrutinize, to agitate the good of the company. You don't want to be obsolete, refuse